Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now. This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105. Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Reggae Boyz Commentary. Yes, this is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So it's down to the wire, and as you go, here we go, very, very close. We're very, very down to the wire. So we're here to give you all the information as on deadline day in relation to potential movement of Reggae Boyz, what is the latest, and I will ensure to give you guys what is to come. Of course, we're going to be specifically highlighting with players in England specifically and those in Europe as well. So let's kick things off with Tyrick McGee. Tyrick McGee has a contract with Cassiopen until the end of the 2023 season. It's highly likely that he'll be remaining there until the end of the season, and he'll remain there until the end of the season and be a free agent, and he can leave for free within the summer. So that is what we can expect from that standpoint, where he would be able summer. So that is something that we Yes, so sorry about that, folks, but hopefully you guys can hear me and see me, and let's get right down to the matter. So we spoke about Tyrick McGee. Tyrick McGee is still at Cassiopen, still a Cassiopen player, and his contract ends with Cassiopen in 2023. Let's now talk about Michael Hector. So as we've discussed on this channel for 25 times, Darren Moore has been a huge fan of Michael Hector. Darren Moore, from he was in charge at West Bromwich Albion and from he was at charge at Doncaster Rovers, he has been really impressed with the work of Michael Hector, and he says that he sees Michael Hector as the spine of his team moving forward. Now he's at Sheffield Wednesday. It's no secret at all. Michael Hector has been training with Sheffield Wednesday, but Darren Moore says that they are not rushing for a signature. And you know why? Because he's a free agent. So Sheffield Wednesday are not bound by the deadline to get the player signed over the line. So Michael Hector, he does not have to sign at deadline this evening UK time. He could sign tomorrow. He could sign Thursday. He could even sign on Friday. But what has been said is that Michael Hector has looked good within training. He's been given 2 days off, and he should be reporting back to training on Thursday in particular. He's rebuilding his fitness. As you guys know, he has been without a club for quite some time, and he is looking to do his part to rebuild things. Sheffield Wednesday, as we know, they're pushing for championship. Michael Hector has played a number of seasons within the championship, and Darren Moore sees him as a key important role within the championship specifically. So they're hoping that they can get his signature so that they can be able to sign him and have that push towards, that's right, the promotion towards the championship. They don't want to wait until the last minute and in a situation of being in the situation of going to the playoffs. They want to get it right immediately. And when I mean immediately, they want to ensure that this is done and dusted quickly. So Michael Hector, I expect him to be a player of Sheffield Wednesday quite soon, unless his fitness goes down or his performances. Let's get into some of the comments and we can talk about some players. Is that Big Heck I see? That is Michael Hector, Jamaican footballer. Highlights as big up Simon. Hector finally finds a club. Well, a contract is still to be offered to Michael Hector, but he is training with Sheffield Wednesday. Charlie W says nobody wants to see McGee. Hasn't done anything in the last 3 to 4 years. Personally, I liked how he performed against Costa Rica in the World Cup qualifiers, which took place in Costa Rica, where Jamaica drew 1-1. It's an interesting one, on Central American soil. Jamaica drew 1-1 with Costa Rica, defeated Honduras 2-0, drew 1-1 with El Salvador, right? So So yeah, the only Central American team that Jamaica had lost to was Panama. And before everybody said Mexico. Mexico is North America, not Central America. Simon, you didn't say Hector signed for Charlton. Michael Hector, I understand exactly what you're saying. Darren Moore has been on his case, left, right, and center. But yeah, I know he has signed for Charlton. The reality of the situation is that they were keen on him, extremely, extremely keen on him, but they waited too late. Waited way, way, way too late. It's League One. It's League One. And guess what? Slipped through their fingers. Slipped through their fingers. It slipped through their fingers. So that's where things are in relation to him. So a London club. A London club. Yeah. Léo, ça va? Est-ce qu'il y a un problème aujourd'hui? I'm getting to that, my friend. I'm getting to Flemo. I'm getting to Flemo quite soon. Getting to Flemo quite soon. So, Tyreek McGee, Cassiu Penn. I'm getting to Flemo quite soon. And I know you guys talking about Omari Hutchinson. We'll touch on that quite shortly. But first, it's Michael Hector. Michael Hector. Yep. Charlton taking Michael Hector from the scruff of the neck from, yep, that's right, Sheffield Wednesday. So Michael Hector signed a club contract with Charlton Athletic. It's a deal that is done and dusted, guys. Charlton right now, they're 15th in League One. 15th in League One. That's where Charlton Athletic are right now. 15th within League One, while Sheffield Wednesday are second in the table and could very well move to the top of the table in League One if they can get a victory. They would leapfrog Plymouth Argyle. But yep, it's a London club. We know as it relates to Michael Hector, he's a London boy, and he signed for a team that is based in East London. So Michael Hector is at, that's right, Charlton. And so, you know who else is also at Charlton? Tyrese Campbell. Tyrese Campbell is also there as well at Charlton. Tyrese Campbell, Michael Hector, those two players are there as well. Ryan Innes, someone that has heritage from Trinidad and Tobago, he's also there as well. But Michael Hector has joined. Yep. Yep, I've seen it, Jason. I've seen it, Jason. Big up, big up, big up. So, before we get to Amari Hutchinson, let's talk about Flemo. So, Junior Flemings, guys. Let's talk about Junior Flemings. I've been speaking to my good friends over in France to find out what's been happening, and just about it's an hour ago, Flemings will have some playing time under his belt as he's closing in on a loan deal. He's about to be loaned to Niort, and Niort is a team that plies their trade in Ligue 2 in France. And as it relates to Niort, Niort is a team right now that is, put it this way, struggling. They're at the foot of the table in Ligue 2. Struggling right now. 4 wins, 5 draws, 11 losses, only 17 goals scored in 32 appearances. Let's now talk about the situation with Junior Flemings. But just to recap, Michael Hector and the situation there, well, Charlton Athletic have stolen Michael Hector away from Sheffield Wednesday. He's stolen and he's gone. And Michael Hector has signed for Charlton Athletic. Let's now talk about Junior Flemings, guys. Let's talk about Junior Flemings so that you guys can be able to see what's been happening here. And we'll get into other movements quite shortly. Junior Flemings is close to a deal at Niort. Yes, that's right. And he will be loaned out for the rest of the season. And this is what was said about him. When we took on Junior Flemings, the idea was that he would stay with us during the second part of the season last year to adapt to life in Europe and loan him out so that he can come back into the conditions that we think he can be as a player. For somewhat strange concerns, he then had no luck on the market. He could not leave last summer. The idea, therefore, is to lend him in January, loan him out in January. So that's the situation now, folks. Junior Flemings. So they're arranging all the necessary transportation so that Junior Flemings can be loaned out to Niort, which is a team at the foot of the table in League 2. So we've spoken about Tyrick McGee, we've spoken about Michael Hector, we've spoken about Junior Flemings. Let's now talk about Amari Hutchinson. Yes, let's talk about Amari Hutchinson. West Bromwich Albion have now reached an agreement with Chelsea to sign Amari Hutchinson on loan. Now, Amari Hutchinson has to pass a medical, so he's not a West Bromwich Albion player just yet, but I expect him to pass the medical and for him to be a West Bromwich Albion player on loan, an opportunity for him to play games, an opportunity for him to be in an environment where West Bromwich Albion, a team that finished 10th within the championship last season, and when you look at where West Bromwich Albion are right now within the table, West Bromwich Albion are also 10th this season. 41 points, 1 point off the playoffs, and basically 4 points off third. The top two, Burnley and Sheffield United, they look like they're going well. But West Bromwich Albion have a chance. And Amari Hutchinson will now be in an environment where they can truly push on. Honestly. So this is just an amazing opportunity. Mario Hutchinson to West Brom, yeah. Where is the 3 players off to? Tevin Campbell says, where's the 3 players off to? So Tyrick McGee stays. Akasi Upin for the time being. Junior Flemings, Niort. Amari Hutchinson on the move to West Bromwich Albion on loan. The deal is 99% done. He needs to pass the medical. You could say 98% done because after he passed the medical, he has to sign the deal. And of course, Michael Hector is off to Charlton at this point in time. 155 is happy for the man. Which one of them? Andrew Blake is checking in. Reggae Boyz family checking in. Good. Great news. Yes, absolutely. What are you confused about, Jason Guna? Put in your question and let's see what you have to say where this is concerned. Put in your question. So yeah. So yeah. Yep. What is McGee news? It looks like he'll be staying at Cassiopen until the rest of the season. Man shouldn't leave Arsenal star. You're talking about Omari Hutchinson? Well, Omari Hutchinson, for me, personally, I'm glad that he left because when you bear in mind Bukayo Saka, personally, I don't think that he was going to get the playing time that he deserved, you know? So I'm happy that he left, went to Chelsea, he got a taste. So from that standpoint, you know. This says documentary says Bless Up Simon, Brian Lewin says McGee, yeah, McGee at Cass. Upen Omari is an EPL player, not happy about that move. I agree he's an EPL player, but you know what? He's gonna go to West Brom and he's gonna star it up. So I'm happy he's gonna get games because the Gold Cup is around the corner. Chelsea love by a ball and tie them up on loan. Listen, Omari Hutchinson, when he goes to West Brom, if he plays 20 games for West Brom, he'll score 10 goals. Maggie. What you say Maggie for Maggie? Yes, Maggie. Everybody talk about Maggie. So that's a Upen is a garbage on Flemmer not cutting it and send him out on loan to get game time. Upen does nothing. Maggie should leave the club, says Tevin Campbell. I agree. The start of the video said that you expected the player to be at Wednesday in a few days, but then said he'd gone to Charlton. You just found that out live. He is going to Charlton, Jason Guno. He is going to Charlton. You're wasting valuable time. Good for Hector. I wish him the best, loyal soldier. So yeah, absolutely. We have enough talent now where we can call up a full squad of Premier League and Championship quality players. Arteta is more inclined to give young players a chance, even if they don't start. I get that. I really, really do. Let's see what other questions you guys have. Jason Guna, if you have any further questions as well, pop it in the chat as well. Let's see what you have to say there, guys. Let's see what you guys have to say. And then, is there a player that you guys want to see or talk about? Pop in your questions below and let's see what you guys have to say. So yeah. Yeah. And let me know. So why were you talking about Sheffield Wednesday after the deadline? That is what confused me. Because after conversations that I had with Darren Moore, it felt like it was a situation where Michael Hector would have been signed, but just not right now. But here comes Charlton, which I did not expect. I did not expect Charlton to do what they did. Okay, Adrian Mariappa. New York Red Bulls like him, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Moving the family to MLS, nothing at this point in time. Since he's a free agent, Adrian Mariappa has the opportunity to move at any point. At any point. So, yeah. Yeah. Which Reggae Boy moving? So, Flemings, Hutchinson, Hector. So that is the situation now, folks. Not a Reggae Boys, but understand DJ Spencer going on to France. Yes, that is correct. He is going there. Rolanda Aarons, where is he now and what is going on with him? Injuries has really, 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 really hurt Rolanda Aarons. We spoke about him when he went to Scotland and was playing with Motherwell. And Motherwell this season, he had 2 matches on loan with them, and that was about it. And then he returned to Huddersfield Town to recover from his injury because November, literally 2, 3 months ago, November, picked up an injury. His loan was cancelled, and he returned to Huddersfield Town. He has a deal at Huddersfield Town until the summer. So basically, he would be a free agent in the summer at Huddersfield Town. He's 27. Can't believe he's going to be 28 this year. Rolanda Aarons. So that's the latest where he is concerned. Dishon Bernard, as we know, he's not a Reggae boy, but Dishon Bernard is going to Portsmouth at this point in time. Dishon Bernard is going to Portsmouth. It's a League One club, that is Portsmouth, but it's on loan. He's on loan at Portsmouth until the end of the season. And at Portsmouth, as you know, in League One, he is in an environment where a team that is building back, putting the pieces back together after their administration that they suffered over a decade ago. Ryan Turner-Clough is at the club as well. Joe Piggott, Colby Bishop, Jaden Reed. So good players around. Dane Scarlett is also there on loan as well. Rico Hackett is there. So I'm sure he can have a conversation in particular with that person as well. So we'll see how all of that happens, So yeah. Anything with what specifically? Our goalkeeper Blake, seeing any EPL move for him in the future? No, I do not see an EPL move right now for Blake. That's not something that you can expect at this point in time. He will be and has a contract with Philadelphia Union until 2024, and he has a deal to extend that to 2025. So that is the situation. So hopefully you guys get that insight into everything. So yes, Simon, how's your day been? Pleasant day, thanks. Pleasant day. No complaints at all. Happy with, these Reggae Boyz getting these opportunities. So that's definitely something to look into. Mariapa has no business back in Jamaica. Setup, says Kwame. Really? That's not nice. At the same thing, Chelsea did to Hector. Look at him now. At least Omari Hutchinson has had a taste of first team experience at Chelsea. Michael Hector don't play a single minute. Chelsea. Simon, I have to ask, what is the constant banging in the background? I'm using a headphone and it's banging. There's no banging. There's no banging at all. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. Bernard is on loan to Portsmouth. Yep, I mentioned that as well. Does Nation League affect Gold Cup seeding? Your CONCACAF rankings index, that is basically what affects your seeding for the Gold Cup. So that is the thing, Trent Boring. All right, cool. Anything on Liam Moore? Liam Moore is a Reading player. Will be a Reading player at this point in time. Big bro, how you doing? Well, I see you on Instagram, man. I see you doing interviews, man, shooting hoops and things. Yeah, man. How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Doing well, thanks. Good to hear you well. Hope you're doing well. I hope what happened to Lewis Baker is not the same thing Chelsea did to doing to Amari. I don't think so. So yeah. Yes, my fan is on. My fan is on. That is correct. Yes, my fan is on at this point in time. We will accept Mariapa back in a coaching capacity, says Ian Campbell. Where can I get a good jersey in Jamaica? I want a few when I come down. If you go to Western Sports, Yes, like I said a while ago. PJ Spence is on loan to Rennes. Yes, as you know, he's not a Reggae boy, but certainly he's on the move as well. So, we're mindful about that. So, and that is something that we can basically bear in mind with everything. So, we pay special and keen attention to that to see how all of those things happen and keep you guys posted with that information in particular. So, PSV, as we know, there was an opportunity where PSV had actually tried to sign Omari Hutchinson during the Noni negotiations, but it was turned down. Chelsea preferred to keep him at the club and he would join West Brom instead. So that's the situation there, folks. So he is a player that is going to West Brom, once he is able to pass the medical and everything of that nature, and yeah, he will be a player that applies his trade. Anything for Rika Henry, Mason Holgate for the Reggae Boyz? Not at all. Not at all, Kwame. Not at all at all. Is League do better than MLS? In terms of the quality of the action, there are similarities. So I would have to put it on the same wavelength. I would give League Do the slightest of edge in terms of quality. The slightest of edge in that element. So, yeah. So that's how I would say in everything. Big deals and answers. Omari Hutchinson. Yep, Omari Hutchinson. Very, very close, eh? Very, very, very close. So, West Brom, Nathaniel Chalobah is not West Brom, so he'll have company. When Omari Hutchinson, he's leaving London and going up to the Midlands. It's a little drive, not a long drive. And then, of course, Kenneth Zahori is there as well. And we'll definitely see a confirmation. So it relates this evening to Omari Hutchinson as well. Anything on Whisper? No, not at this point in time. Omari Hutchinson and Baker won't experience the same fate as Omari plays for our country. That is true. That is true. I would have to agree with that one. So, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, CONCACAF doesn't take a spot away. CONCACAF doesn't take a spot away from a Caribbean nation like Qatar, TMB, and Gold Cup since already in Cup. No, I don't foresee that happening at all. Devin Williams, is he playing in the USL? Yes, he is still playing in the USL. He actually moved to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. I think it would be great if he did go to PSV. Yeah, it would be a great experience. It would have been a great experience for him to get that exposure. I'm a bit perturbed as to why that opportunity didn't come through. Nowadays, I find a lot of the English clubs, they prefer to have their players in England so that they can just easily recall them if necessary. It's just a short drive on the motorway instead of going on a plane. Will Hutchinson get a call up in March? It's all up to Amari to perform now. Anything on Tyreek Mitchell for Jamaica? No, not at all. West Brom is 10th in place with 41 playing since the playoffs. Yes, Richard Cook, as I mentioned earlier, they're just 1 point off the playoffs. Just 1 point off the playoffs. Can you imagine you're 10th and you're 1 point off the playoffs? 1 point off the playoffs. 1 point off the playoffs. Can you imagine Amari Hutchinson going to West Brom, getting them promoted? Oh, he'd be a legend. A legend. Bounce TV says, who is the player moving? Junior Flemings to Nort in League 2. Tarek McGee stays at Cassiopen for now. Michael Hector to Charlton. Omari Hutchinson to West Bromwich Albion. So that's what we can say at this point in time. That's the latest, folks, that we can bear in mind. So that's something for us to process. All right. So let's put that into fruition and bear that in mind. So Dishon Bernard, he's gone to Portsmouth. Andre Blake will be remaining at the Philadelphia Union. Andre Blake to MLS, not on the cards at this point in time. So that's the situation. Tarek McGee expected to stay at UPenn for the rest of his contract and leave for free within the summer. So that's the latest. Will Lewis Baker be a Reggae Boy this summer? That's if Ricardo Fuller has those fruitful conversations with him, Because remember, Ricardo Fuller's priorities with the team is under 21 down to grassroots. So his interaction with the first team, it's not a lot. So, yeah, he doesn't get these opportunities to mingle with the first team as he should. So some persons in the comments were like, say, when is Ricardo Fuller going to have that conversation? It takes time because he's not with the first team. He's with the academy, and the academy trains at different times of the day. The only time they probably get to mingle with each other is at mealtime. That's probably the only opportunity. And sometimes some players don't come in for lunch. They probably have lunch on the road or they're in the treatment room. So Ricardo might not be able to run into them. So, yeah, that's what we'll have to bear in mind. So, yeah. So there we go, folks. That's the situation. Baker will never play for Jamaica, says Ian Campbell. Ooh, Ron Russell's a Jamaican passport? I believe so. But he will get first team minutes with West Brom, so it's a great move too. Absolutely right, big deal then. Absolutely right. He will get the minutes. I'm absolutely certain about that. At this point, it seems like McGee is being tortured. Why won't Cassiopeia send him out on loan if they won't play him? Jerome, it's not as simple as it sounds. It really isn't. They prefer to have him in the under 23s so that the under 23s can thrive. But guys, if you haven't already, you smash the like button. And after you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right? Simple as that. After you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right? So after you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. So that's for you to bear in mind. Okay? So something for you guys to be mindful of and the entire situation that happens so that you guys are wary of everything. So yeah. So hopefully you guys understand that with everything. So looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. But yeah, Michael Hector to Charlton is done. Amari Hutchinson to West Bromwich Albion is close. Junior Flemings to North is something that could happen very, very soon. Very, very soon. Something that we can expect. Hopefully confirmed by tomorrow, because there is that leeway that is given past midnight European time to actually do the registration that is needed to get over the line. So he should be loaned out to North unless there's any challenges with the situation. As you guys know, and you guys would have seen the documentary with Dan James. Dan James was so close to signing for Leeds United from Swansea, and we saw what happened, right? There can be hiccups, there can be disagreements. So we'll ensure to keep you guys posted about that for sure. Just checking in what club Hector signed for. Charlton Athletic. Thanks again, Campbell. What about Lembikisa and Latibodir? I'm sure we'll see them soon. This team is crucially need another quality midfielder. Simon, Kevin, and John are good, but Cousins not good enough. For Jamaica, okay. Why everybody craving for Whisper to get signed in England when they're rolling out a lot of young talents? I want to try to make it from the bottom onward. Well, I wouldn't say from the bottom upward, but I would say Belgium, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, France. That's what I would say. Hey Simon, what is John Russell? What is John Russell have a passport? That question don't make sense. What league is Fulham going to? League 2. He's going to North in League 2, all being well. Loan deal. If that's so, maybe McGee needs a Piers Morgan interview. What do you think, Simon? No, I think he needs a Simon Preston interview. That's what I feel. Yeah. Which team is Wisp on trials for? Newcastle United. Newcastle United, that's where he is on a trial with right now. So that's something for us to bear in mind. So just for confirmation, guys, Reggae Boyz defender, Michael Hector. Yep, the same defender that made his debut in 2015 in the Copa America. Michael Hector has signed for English League One club, Charlton Athletic. Reggae Boyz attacker. Amari Hutchinson is closing in on a loan deal to West Bromwich Albion in the English Championship from Chelsea. Also, Reggae Boyz attacker Junior Flemings is close to being loaned to Ligue 2 club Niort FC from Toulouse in Ligue 1. Deadline day. So that's what we can bear in mind. So let's see what else you guys are saying. Into this summer, how would you rank the top 10 teams in CONCACAF? United States, Mexico, Canada, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, Guatemala, Curacao, Haiti. What, Jason, what are you laughing about? Tell me. What are you laughing about? Thanks, Ian Campbell. Great news. Why is the club refusing to play McGee? I think he is not good enough. As made mention before, BM, when you have change in coaching staff, you will have a situation where you're just not in favor. Same thing happened to Dane Richards. Dane Richards played a brilliant debut for Burnley. Coach get fired, and guess what? Next game, coach enough. Forget about the new coach not narrate him. Next thing, Andre Campbell. Andre Campbell was supposed to go to Greece. 4-year deal. That coach get fired. New coach come in. Not even far upon Andre Campbell. And that deal didn't come again. So can't forget those 2 goals Hector gave away in the 2015 Gold Cup final. What are your thoughts on Dexter breaking into the Wolves' first team? Are there more opportunities really given a good account? He deserves it. And I think that's a testament to, especially I would say from the FA Cup run. The FA Cup, yeah, against Liverpool, I think it's only a matter of time before he gets more opportunities at Wolves, and I really think he deserves it. Hopefully Tyler Roberts is the same as well, and big up to Yulen Lopetegui. Big up to Yulen Lopetegui for allowing this. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. I laugh when you said a Simon Presta interview and said, of course. Why is that funny? That's Simon, who is on the move. Junior Flemings to League 2 in Niort. Michael Hector to Charlton. Omari Hutchinson to West Bromwich Albion on loan. Within Cuba or Guadalupe get promoted to League A? I say Cuba. Is Dexter our best right back? It's funny because we know him more to be on the left. Ethan Laird, in my opinion. But Dexter, to answer your question right now, yeah. So yeah. FC, Nortes, Isla. Yeah, that's what I said. Well, remember, BM, it's a loan deal. So, and in this loan deal, there's no view for a contract. So, and he has a deal with Toulouse until 2024. So he'll be going back to Toulouse at the end of the season. So, yeah. The only way he signs for Niort is if he can miraculously help them avoid relegation. He is a hostage situation. Must send the troops to free him. Yeah. So yeah. Tarek McGee looks set to remain at Cas Eupen. He will be a free agent in the summer. Whisper is going to start his trial with Newcastle United, mates. Because when you go up to the northeast of England, that's the way that they talk. So the way that I'm talking right now is basically the way that people up in Newcastle talk. With Trinidad defeat Nicaragua at home to get back in League A, I think it's going to be a tough game, honestly. So I wouldn't mind that being a draw. Maleta Wagwan, who'd up on the move, says Wicked Man burp. All right, Michael Hector to Charlton, Omari Hutchinson to West Brom on loan, Junior Flemings to North and League Two on loan. Yeah, McGee wanted a loan, but the club that is UPenn, prefers him. Help the team win the under 23 league. So yeah, that's the situation. What happened to Nusworthy? He's just enjoying his retirement right now, 2014, that was it. He won the Caribbean Cup with Jamaica, and that was it. Prospect or suspect? What do you mean suspect? Or prospect? That can get a call up unless in play and lead to even a relegation. But dangerous is Cuba moving forward with their professionals. If they can use the players that they have playing in Cuba and overseas, and absolutely, Cuba can be a force, a real force. So them never loan off Flimmer from season start. No. If Flemings can get help the team out of relegation zone, then the stocks can rise. Absolutely, it can. But the other question is, would that be enough for deserving a call up? So yeah. Yeah, so guys, with the transfer window coming to a close soon, Tyreek McGee looks set to remain a Cass UPenn player. His contract expires in the summer. This summer. He joined them in 2019. And as it relates to Tyreek McGee, specifically, he hasn't played a lot of games, as you guys know already. Past UPenn, not a lot at all. Since signing, he has played more games in their under 23 league than the first team. So that's 4 players. He's a free agent but hasn't played any ball in 3 years. Don't know if he gets a new contract. Hopefully he's paid well. McGee, you talking? McGee not free. You pen a hold down. The kid wants first team ball and he wants to loan and then play on the 21 league. Get crazy. Yeah. Who are the top 3 coaches of all national teams in CFU? This is going to shock you. But Stefan Ovre, Jaime Hallgrimsson. This is random order, of course. Ovre. You guys know Ovre, the St. Martin coach. Jaime Hallgrimsson. And at this point in time, Remco. Just showing where he's Fleming. He's supposed to be going to North. Yep, that's where he's going to be going in League Two. It's a loan deal that should take place. Should. So, yeah. I was asking why Toulouse never loan him or from the start of the season, so we're on him. People might not agree, but Fleming's fits. This coach Fleming is the closest we have to a left mid kind of player. We have a lot of wingers. Interesting. Has Walker officially signed yet? Or is her lifetime job? Walker? Who named O'Neill Fisher again? Where's Charlton? Charlton is in League One, Liga. Can see the UPenn, no mean, no good. Only them push players that come through the Aspire Academy ranks. If you don't just know moves up towards you can the Aspire Academy. Good point, Wicked Man Burke. Good point. St. Martin had a tough but look for them to be promoted next season. Yeah, absolutely. And against Trinidad, there were some encouraging signs in their friendly quite recently. Yeah, still with Kimchi. Lamar Walker. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So that's the situation now, folks. When it comes to Jamaicans on the move. There's been a lot of movement in France. Marcel Sabitzer has arrived at Carrington. So that's the situation there. So that's the situation right now. Newcastle are through to the final of the League Cup. That'll be an interesting one. Very, very interesting game that lies ahead. So we'll look forward to that. Omari Hutchinson is close to a deal at West Bromwich Albion. He has to pass a medical. After he passes the medical, he'll be a West Bromwich Albion player on loan. Politics to reach McGee looked like before the takeover. The club wanted him and the Qatari owners a push. Yeah. So, yeah. Where's Omari Hutchinson gone to? Hey, Simon, I'm late. Any news on McGee? All right, so let's start over, guy. Tyrick McGee looks set to stay at Cass UPenn till the summer. I should say until the summer. Michael Hector joins Charlton Athletic. Junior Flemings, close to loan deal at Ligue 2 club Niort. Omari Hutchinson is passing a medical away from being a West Bromwich Albion player on loan. Other players that you guys might be talking about. Lamar Walker has not been offered a deal, a contract at FC Kimki. Russian transfer window. So, and the good news is that the Russian transfer window closes February 22. So there's a little bit of time. So there's no rush to sign him. So Ings' injury is the reason Antonio staying put at Hammers. One of the big reasons. So yeah. Because it now add up on his assignment with McGee situation. Club him once, we're not playing now. When it comes to leave, you still insist on hold on a player. If you play for national team, then play him. Look at it this way. June is around the corner. I'm just have to hold tight, and then he can say freedom, freedom. Do you think Lamar Walker will get signed in Russia? Also, who would you say is better, Lamar Walker or McGee? I prefer McGee over Walker. That is me. Lamar Walker, the Russian club Kimki has another 3 weeks to make their decision if they want to sign him or not. So that is what we can say there, folks. So we just have to give it a little bit of time, and energy. So, yeah. Give it a little bit of time, folks. Patience. Patience is a virtue. So, I know you guys have been asking a lot about Charlie Webster. Charlie's a Chelsea player. And I know you guys have been looking as well at another player. I know you're looking at Malik. And I know you guys have been looking at Malik Mothersill. Yeah, Malik Mothersill. 7 matches, 2 goals, 2 assists within the Chelsea under-21 team this season. So, yeah. Yeah. So that's the situation, folks. Where are McMaster and Fletcher? You're talking about Jordan Fletcher? Jordan Fletcher in particular? Jordan Fletcher is playing his club football now over in India, my friend. He's playing in India in the I-League. Yeah, he's playing for Naroka FC in the I-League. Scoring goals over there too. Justin McMaster at this point in time. Justin, yeah. Haven't found a club just yet. But we'll keep you guys abreast of how that situation is going. Yeah, we'll keep you posted. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So that's what the deadline day is looking like right now. Let's see if any questions, if you guys have any further questions on this situation. So yeah, let's see what you guys are saying. Walker is a better player than McGee, and we will also very soon. Okay, all right, cool. How many new faces will be at the Gold Cup? That's a good question. Time will tell, eh? Time will tell. Who knows? 3, maybe 2. We shall see. If me, like McGee, may terminate the contract and go another Belgian club to get playing time, we should choose our youth lifetime and basically 6 months off your hold out and try wicked. Well, 4 months basically. Basically in a February as of tomorrow. McGee better player, but very lazy though. McGee. Dion Rankin. Yeah, Dion Rankin, good player. Absolutely. With 6 teams represent conquer for Copa. The 6 teams will basically the top 6 from the 2023-2024 edition of the CONCACAF Nations League. So you have to qualify for the Copa America through the Nations League. Even though Flemmer dropped a league to relegation strap, I'm glad him I could probably get more game time. He looked good in the second division last season. Was okay. Walker is better playing than McGinn was very soon. Okay. Amari Hutchinson should have stayed at Arsenal. Arteta will give him game time than Amari. And Chelsea said Edison Sports. Okay. I think Lamar has skill, pace, and overall good work. My only problem is that he doesn't score enough goals. Big problem. McMaster have any good offers in Europe, Simon? He looked decent in the Cameroon match. Europe? Eastern Europe. Yeah. Another transfer window passes. Mr. Speak continued to hold King and busy. Hostage waiting for some big money transfer and that not coming, says Rob Smith. Richard King. Thanks as always, bro. Good job you're doing. Guys, remember, Mr. Speed says visa, 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 visa. If Richard King had a US visa, we all know where he would have been. Right? The United States. So, if he had a visa, he would have been, in the United States. It's funny, Cassiopen doesn't even follow Tyreek McGee on Instagram. Cassiopen doesn't even follow him on Instagram. Just sad. Very sad. Very, 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 very sad. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's something for us to bear in mind. Fun load for real, says Jason Guna. It basically is an on and off fun. It's not a fun where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in terms of intensity. It's just fun on or fun off. Any incoming transfers that could impact game time for the Reggae Boyz? Amari Hutchinson's loan deal can give him more playing time. Ursula McGowan, well, there is interest at Niort in League 2 over in, that's right, France. Sam Kerr or Bunny Shaw. Right now, Sam Kerr has the edge, but if you give it another 2 seasons, Bunny Shaw will be better than Sam Kerr. You'll see. It's just the experience that Sam Kerr has had playing football longer than Bunny Shaw. Bunny Shaw has been a professional 4 years now. Sam Kerr has been a professional much longer. Lamar is a good player. I would pick him over McGee, says Rob Smith. Okay. Brian, him, Agobaka, second division, Niort. He isn't lazy youth at work, but clearly something right with the club. He only plays good against a slow Costa Rican team, but Walker plays good against a very good Mexican team. Okay. Yes, I do feel Dexter is more of a left back. Absolutely. I genuinely feel that way. But I'm more than happy with how he performs at right back. I don't have any problems at all with him playing in that position at all. It's fine with me. And it's all good. So personally, I just think it's an opportunity where it's a situation that he's thriving in that position. If he turns out to be a right back long term, then cool. That's all right. So it's all right with me. So we'll see how everything pans out from that standpoint, But yeah, something for us to bear in mind with that matter. So we'll see. We'll see how everything all adds up. We'll give it a bit of time. And we'll see how everything works out. So, patience and everything of that nature. But for now, these moves are critical, important to everything. So why wouldn't a club want to play players that is good? McGee is just not good enough. People fail to understand that. They find better players. The coach doesn't seem part of his plans. Upon running, that's the last time McGee played in Costa Rica, and Lamar played will even more after time. So because somebody has played more games than another player means that that person is better than that player? Not in my opinion. Will Ethan Laird be a Reggae Boy by a Gold Cup? No. Walker has a better work rate than McGee. McGee is a liability defensively. Be good enough for Jamaica. I agree. Agent Magnificent McGee. Upon running, the man not good enough, bro. Rob Smith, I don't care what you guys are talking about. The man is clearly not good enough. You have any other clubs? McGee alone. It's not as simple, guys. It's not like simple. You can be like, hey, what's up, bro? You're doing good. Listen, I have a player that needs some playing time. Can you take him for us? It's not as simple as that. So that's the situation, folks. All right. So we'll bear that in mind. You know? So there we go. That's something for us to really, really. That's where we are right now. His whole confidence. I'm looking at Dwight McNeil. So I don't think so at all. Lex Marshall, Marvin Morrow, Walker is a player that is very industrious. Oh, that's a silly statement. Blessings, QY. McGee have to start over changing his agent first. I think Peter Allen is a good agent. You know, he's looking beyond the USL and other markets. You look at Brazil. So Peter Allen, I think, is a good agent. So, you know, that's what I can say. You know, so no qualms with this at all. Tyra McGee still wears the number 20 jersey at Casio Pen to this very day. You know? So that's where we are right now. You know? Unfortunate that the playing time has not materialized as it should have. So I have to hope that there will be the opportunities for McGee to come next season and future seasons. He was even in the squad photo, you know? And guess what? McGee is even. I'll show you guys right here. Even on their website, still. No matter how he might not be getting playing time, still. What new midfielders could the team see in the next 6 months? John Russell? Rob Smith, how many clubs McGee want him alone? McGee is a cheap, good player. I would take him. Which club? On running 100%. 3 years of doing nothing to improve his play according to the club coach. Each makes playing for the JC people. This is not schoolboy football. It is not schoolboy football. You're right. Nothing wrong with Dexter playing both left back and right back. Cool. He's getting the best challenge he could get. He will learn to be a fighter in the real world of football. That's an interesting point, you know, because that's not an angle that I've thought about quite often. But it is something to consider. It really, really is something to consider, you know? So, good point. Good point. I'll process that. Something that I never really thought about too deeply or intently, but now I do. All right, cool. Cool breeze, you know? So now we know. So that's 4 players that we've looked upon. You know, Flemings, Hector, Hutchinson, Tyrick McGee. Yeah. Yeah, you guys should also see Michael Hector's Liam Moore's story on IG. He framed this really nice picture with him in a Jamaica shirt in and all the other clubs he played for as well. So it was really good, honestly. I know you guys will like it. Yeah. I know you guys will like it quite well. Yeah. So Tyrick McGee looks set to remain at Cassiopean until the summer. Hector has joined Charlton Athletic. Junior Fleming's closing on a loan deal at League Two club Niort. Omar Hutchinson is passing a medical from being a West Bromwich Albion player. Lamar Walker has not been offered a contract at FC Kimki. The Russian transfer window closes on February 22, and Mikel Antonio looks set to remain a West Ham United player. So that is what we can say is in relation to Jamaica in particular and things that we can bear in mind of all of those aspects. All right, folks? So that's what we can say. And hopefully you guys bear that in mind. Maya Hutchinson passing me from being a West Brom player. So that's what we can bear in mind. So it's interesting stuff, eh? Well, that's what we can bear in mind. So Mikel Antonio staying. So there we go. Unless something happens. Any news on Peter Lee Vassell? Nothing at this point in time, to be honest with you. You end up in USL, I'd be really, really disappointed if it happens. Good evening, Simon. How would you describe Jamaica's under 17 World Cup qualifying record? What makes this campaign potentially different or similar to the past? I'm trying to temper expectations. Similar to the past? Not a lot of practice time together. The teams that qualified for the under 17 World Cup, the Jamaican teams, in 1999 and 2011, they had 6 months together. This team hasn't had 3 months together. And the Jamaicans in the USL Championship, quite a bit, but movement recently. Speedy Williams from USL win the fight for Four-Line program versus England, USA. I think Nigeria or USA will battle for him. So yeah. Any news on Peter Lee Vassell? Nothing at this point in time. Not given the opportunity to demonstrate his talent. How will Gold Cup qualifier work with Qatar not in the Gold Cup? The Nations League. The Nations League is a qualifier for the Gold Cup, my friend. Will Amari start at West Brom? Maybe not the first game, but eventually he will start. Rob Smith, blame the club, blame the coach. Has been 3 years on. So where's McGee going? For the time being, he's staying. For the time being. Jamaican saying we don't get opportunities, but McGee. Well, that's a situation, So, Bishop Bernardo's coming from where to Portsmouth? Manchester United, sir. Manchester United. So, so that's what we can say for the time being. Interesting times ahead. Very, very interesting times ahead, His agent denied those things. His agent denied it. So, yeah. So, that's where we are right now. So that's where we are right now, folks. Up and running exactly. Yep, there we go. There we go, guys. So that's the latest right now. How's the Boys are doing with game time? Little by little, in my opinion. Something that's progressing, you know. Just gonna have to give it a little bit more time, but it's coming, you know. Yes, Simon, want the form of a qualifying change since there are extra spots available if Qatar doesn't participate? No. 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 So for this 2023 edition, no changes to the format. None at all. No changes at all in relation to that matter. So there we are. Same politics affecting Boza. When he just moved there, he was playing well. Then a new coach, and he's got bench. I think Boza's case will be different, honestly. So that's why I think things could change. So yeah. So Boza stays at Spartak Moscow for now. Good to see Hector find the club. Yep. He's getting games, so I don't think it's fair to compare him to the Tarek McGee situation or Mari Hutchinson because Boza will get playing time. Simon, do you play Fantasy Premier League? Yes, I finished second in Jamaica probably 3 seasons in a row. We transferring in a row at women at times. What's your view on Jamaican fans and JFF treatment of attitude of players? It doesn't impress at times. I think some things, information, once you get clarity and information, there can be more informed opinions on a matter. And once you get all information, and you're able to have a viewpoint. But when you have half of the information, you know, you're likely to have a different viewpoint of things. Ronnie says, hope Grant, Barnes, and Fisher can find clubs. Yeah. So, yeah. I want to say Boza moves to a championship club and gain promotion. That would be a good deal, you know. That would be a really, really good deal. That would be a really good deal. JPA games are shown across the world, but our local players, no matter how long they train, can't play Honduras or Costa Rican level. So what is the excuses for that with all the talent we have? Bilal will be the first monster Russian to play in the Premiership. I think he has played in the Premiership. So to answer your question, no. Ruel Fox at Norwich. How the last group of under 20 boys doing? Under 20? How, if at all, have these astronomical transfer prices affect your enjoyment of the game? The Neymar transfer, I think, affected things because clubs are now iffing and butting with transfers. I think the Neymar transfer just made things challenging. Of course, a Jamaican player is not going to be sold for 100 million just yet, but you guys get the drift of what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's where things are at the moment. So, yep. So, yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't consider JPL 100% professional yet. I know we had Mr. Speed come on and speak. Although you do have players earning 200,000 Jamaican a month, for me personally, that's not all of the players, that's the upper echelons. You do have players in the that are earning 50,000 Jamaican a month, and that's not a lot of money. A month? Per week? Cool. Cool. I'm cool with that. But per month? Well, tell Arsenal to have interest in Boza. Good one. What do you think Jamaican fascination? I think it's the OPEX analysis interest of the JPL. Well, the interest in JPL, it's picking up. It's not at a high level, but slowly but surely, everything in time. You know, just have to give it time, but everything in due time. You know, just have to ensure that all of this falls into place quite soon. You know, so which team pays 200,000 a month in JPL? Harbourview has Cavalier Harbourview. Boza would still force via Arsenal move, of course. Mount Pleasant. So yeah. So you do have a couple. And by the way, this is not 50 players, you know. This is like only a handful of players, by the way. This is not a lot of players. This is only a few players. So that's what you have to bear in mind. You know? So it's not a whole lot. So that is what you have to be mindful of and for us to be wary about. Make sense? Cool. If you guys haven't already, smash the like button. And after you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right, guys? Quite simple. Smash the like button. Then after that, the subscribe button as well. Jorginho is going to Arsenal. Jorge Jose Marsa going to Sporting Gijon. Barcelona closing on Julian Araujo with LA. Waiting for MLS to approve the deal. Cedric Suarez will be a Fulham player on loan from Arsenal. Manchester United and Bayern not signing contracts. Marcel Traore are going to Bournemouth. Lyon have signed Amin Sarr. So progress. Pedro Porro signed a contract at Tottenham Hotspur. Hector Bellerin joined Sporting on loan. You know? So that's the movements that we have seen. Yes, sir. Simon, was Bibi Gardner the highest rated Reggae Boy in a FIFA World Cup game? He was 76 on FIFA. Leon Bailey was high overall, but new FIFA has no Jamaican in the game. To be quite frank with you, Trent Boring, I'm not sure what the figure was, the specific figure, but it's something to bear in mind. Do you think JPL like King and Topi will make moves overseas soon? King, yes. Topi, I really hope so. Trent, the new FIFA HFP. Yeah. So there we go. All right. Well, something to consider for sure, you know. Something to really bear in mind. We spoke about Casey Palmer. You guys know that already. Spoke about Casey Palmer and what's been happening there. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, PSV did want Amari Hutchinson. What's up, Noel? Hope you're doing well. Just to recap, guys, for everybody. Michael Hector is going to Charlton. Amari Hutchinson is closing on West Brom. Julia Fleming's closing in on a loan to League Two club Njort. Tyrick McGee looks set to be a player at Cass Upen. Well done with the highest runners-up finish in your fantasy Premier League. Simon, did you have in Jamaica? Did you have any pet rules when selecting? As an Arsenal fan, I avoid Spurs players and favorite. My pet rule is one Liverpool player, and that one Liverpool player is either Mo Salah or Trent. We don't need them in our team. All right, guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Smash the like button, and don't forget to hit subscribe to Reggae Boyz commentary right now. All right, guys, more breaking news to come later this evening with Reggae Boyz updates. That's right. If JPL player is getting 30k a month, then I wouldn't want to play second division in Jamaica. Yes, some of them pay for free, you know. But yeah, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boyz commentary right now. This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.